Hello, good people. We are back. Today I'd want us to talk about something different. Basically, we're proceeding with the conditional statements, but right now I'd want us to cover something on membership. I just created this membership folder, and we're just going to write our notes. So basically, as the title says, membership is being part of, right? So yeah, what I mean is what we're going to start with is membership. So membership is when you're a member of a choir, means you're a member of a choir, and if you're not a member of a choir, means you're not. So basically, here what we're going to do is determine if a specific fund as I said in an example, whether you're part of something or not. So if you are part of something, you will be found, and if you're not, you won't be found. So what we're going to use here is we're going to use in and not in already, right? So basically what you're going to learn right now is how to use the in and not in operator. So going back to my example, I talked of if you're in a choir or not in a choir. So basically in and not in. So basically these are in and is that clear? No, it's too much. In and not in. That's clear. Because we're trying to see whether you're in or not in. So basically, if you in, it will show really true. Not in. You're in a choir, yes, that is not true. You're not in a choir, false. No, sounds are false. So we're going to do an example to show this. I'll write here example 1. The other examples we'll write them in our file. So let's say we have a list of prices, right? So as we thought initially, lists are stored in square brackets. So we'll say 20 15 5 25. So we have 20 15 5 and 20. So our we want to print we want to print 20 in prices. Basically this will check if 20 is in our prices. If it is in, it will print true. So this will print true. This will be the output. So let's do a real quick example in our. We'll call this example 1. Let me just paste what we just wrote here. When we run it. So basically, yes. So let's go where it is. It's in branch. It's in membership. Right. So we go to bottom. So as you've seen in our terminal right now, we have true. What has this done? So basically this in basically this takes if 20 is in the prices and then it prints as true, right? So another one you can say 25, right? So these are as we expect, it will show as false. So it shows as false because we don't have it. So let me just say it and not in, right? So basically in a list we've seen how the in and not in. This is how it shows 25 in prices. So another thing is let me use 15. So basically this can be used in larger files to test if you have this or you don't have. I hope that's clear, and we've seen an example of we've seen a simple example how this works, and it shows us true because it is in it's a member, I'd say. So sorry, okay. So another thing we have to know about is about the membership operators. Basically we're talking about membership operators, so it can be used with constant. Steps. So what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? You can say if we have a variable x, right, being a list or a tuple, right? For example, prices. Right now in the example we say x, right? It's a list or a tuple. Then we can say a in x, right, evaluates to true if there's an index with an a, right? Basically what we've just evaluates to true if we have 20 in prices, right? If we have 15 in prices, if we have, right? So it will evaluate to true, and it evaluates to false if it's not there. Let's do our next example. Example 2. So basically what we're going to do here is I will do again the a and not again membership. So right now I'm going to create a list as well. So let's say I want to say that these are Barcelona. So okay, these are, I'm going to use a list for quite some time a while ago. This is not the current updated list of players in Barcelona. We're just going to use this as an example, right? So these are lists, right? Messi. Okay, let me just search for latest teams in let me search for, okay, fine. Alright, I'm going to have the latest Barcelona roster. So So right now we have a list of players in. So okay. What right now we have a list shown below, shown in our file. Now I want to have a name. This line is going to store an input from a user. So we will ask a user. Let's say we've stored all the Barcelona roster in our list. So we want to ask a user to enter a name to check. Right? We want the user to check a name if it exists in Barcelona roster or not. Right? So they enter a name. Once they have entered a name, so we will say if what they entered, if name, right, in our list, right? I hope that's clear. I hope that's clear, and it's way straightforward how to check the membership, whether they are there or not. So we're going to say print. We talked of formatting a string. So you format a string. We have the opening close. So I can say found, right? We have the curly braces on what the user entered. So you found what they entered on the roster. So that's clear and it's way straightforward on how to check. So what if they do not? What if they are not there? Basically, else when you print. All this we've covered on how to edit or on how to format a string. And what they entered on the list. Now, I hope you've encountered such things when you're doing the search in our normal book, search and the likes. So let's say example 2. Right. So we want to enter a name. Right. So you found Gavi on the roster. This was executed because we have the in. Right. Let's say you still think Messi is on a Barcelona player. You think Messi still. So you do that and you run. So you cannot find Messi. So basically, Messi is not among the roster in Barcelona. It's not among the list we created of Barcelona roster. That's an example of how the in membership works. I hope that works. I hope that is clear. So basically, that's the in, right? What if we want to check? We want to use the not. Right now we use the in, right? Now that's clear how we use the in, right? So we've entered that we have our list. So let's now use not in. So we're going to say if name what they just entered as we've done. Then say not in, right? Basically we're going to change from in to not in and we will print. Basically as we did basically the last no basically just a minute. Yes, sorry about that. I keep my keyboard keeps confusing me. So we're just going to print, we're just going to say close find the name in the roster. Basically what we did here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if that else, if that we're just going to say else. We'll color the space when you found it down the roster. Okay, done copy and paste. It's not advisable when you're learning. It's advisable you just do the normal one. So we say message, we can't find message in the roster. We do Gavi or Javi. Basically, it's more or less the same as we just switch the in and not in. So use not in here, using the results are the same. I hope that's clear. For the use of in and not in an example. Another thing on the membership is can be used a string. So it's an substring or matching subset, or matching subset, of characters. So what do you mean by this? So basically what we're trying to check is if it has part of, like it has something matching with a string given. So if you have a string, let's say you have a string saying match, right? Or matching, let's say we have this string and you want to check if it has subset in it, right? So it will print it is matching, or we just want to check if we have subset in the string we have, right? We have checked if this is in our substring or the substring of what we have, then we can show something else. We can show another. If it's not matching, we say it's not matching. Or let's do an actual example without let's say something. Let's do it. So okay. So I'm going to check basically this. I'm going to say so in our example we're going to have a given request. That string, so we're going to say get.html http/1.1, right? So this is our string we have. Then we're going to say if, and we want to check part of it, if part of it is available, /1.1, right? Just a small section of the whole string. So if part of this string is in request, right? I hope request is not taken. Okay, we'll see when we do a print. Yeah, if that happens, we will say print. So if we have this, we want to say print HTTP protocol. What is there, right? Else. Okay, I want to do all the if not. So if we don't have, do we have that? You remember what you talked of multiple ifs? So right now we'll have both of them running simultaneously. So if HTTPS right, so we want to check this if it's there. If it's not in, so not in our request. this is clear. We talked over multiple ifs a little while ago, so basically this is we're running both simultaneously. So say example 3. Yeah. So basically what we're trying to show is if we don't have HTTPS in our request, it will show us unsecured connection, and it has shown us. And we have /1.1 in our string, it will show us HTTP protocol. So we have HTTP protocol and that's request string. So these are we did cover in a short while when we are talking about multiple ifs, and it's shown here. We executed both of them because both of them returns true. This returns true, it returns true. That's why we have both of them printed in our section. So let's talk about how we can how it can look in a dictionary, right? We've talked about a list. Let's see how it can work in a dictionary. So you can say membership. Okay, let's just talk of it in a dictionary. What happens? So let me use here. In a dictionary, what happens actually? So in a dictionary, yeah, it implies key. Let's keep track of that. It implies that a specific key exists. Right? So when we are in a dictionary, we're checking against a key. Right? We remember in a dictionary we said we have a key and a value, right? So when you do this check, it will imply that a key exists when you use the E, right? Oh, that's clear. What happens is it does not check. Let's hopefully that's clear. Does not check. Not check the value. Just checks the key. Now that's clear. Keep that in mind. And let's do an example. We're going to call this our example 4. So I have my dictionary, right? So we're going to say I have my dictionary, right? As we said, the dictionary has a key and value, and we use a curly brace. So I'm just okay. Let's do one. 1. And then we have maybe 2. Then we'll have 6. 3. Yeah, that's our dictionary. So let's check let's use the in and routine, just go through our dictionary. We'll say if, right? We want to check B, A, B, A, dictionary. What do we do? Print. Basically, just checking. Nothing major really. So what if you don't find it? Basically, we're checking against P, so we say print. Oh, that's clear. Oh, that's clear. Let's run this. Let's say we have B, our string, right? So basically, you can use A, you can use basically checking in. What do we say D? Okay, basically just checking against B. So that our else becomes correct. Yeah. In an instance whereby we are doing not in, so let's say not in. So you can say if, right? Remember, okay, I'll go back to our description a bit. So print no, actually we still in. Let me just remove this. Not found. Right? Remember, what I just told you right now is in dictionaries. Let me just write in dictionaries. Check keys. So this is 3 is found here, but our statement will still be not found because we check against keys, not values, right? We have said that, keep that in mind. If it's a dictionary, we're checking against the keys, not the values. So we have 3, but 3 is a value, so that's why it doesn't show in our output. In our in doesn't show it. Now that's clear on how we use in. How to use in dictionaries. I hope that's clear on how we've used the in and not. So I'm going to stop there for this recording. Kindly go through our examples, try to do them one by one, or you can do other examples. Just try and do something on membership using the in and not in operator. So we've talked of it being can be used in sequence type, check whether string is substring, plus a character plus a specific key exceeding dictionary. This is the last thing you've seen. In that specific key exists in a dictionary. Specific key exists. It does not check the value. Thanks for your time. I hope you learned something on the in and not in membership or identity operators. So we're going to, on our next discussion, we're going to cover on the is and is not identity operators. Thank you for your time. Let's meet in the next one, and I hope you're enjoying it. In case you have any question, let me know. Cheers, guys.